The morning of January 3rd, 2025, we began the process of plotting out and marking our habitat plan for the 2025 IB Rattlyn Acres up in Arenac County. It was about 25 degrees and a nice wind chill, and we got started. We walked down and started in the southeast corner of the property here, a place we're going to call the Roadhouse because it's kind of by the road. And then we're kind of going to work up to the north, up to an area we call the gate stand. It's by the gate from Hull Road there. And then we're going to work around and connect a trail to the existing food plot, which is a little bit bigger green. Then after that, we're going to work back around and do another new food plot, the Y plot, we're going to call that. And then we'll eventually work back down here to the Roadhouse stand. So this was how we got started. After we got our baseline at the Roadhouse plot, we moved up to the north, and then we started working on the gate plot. So the way we were doing it is picking out a tree first for the plot, or for the area that we're going to hunt out of, and then build the plot around it. We use, you can see I'm marking X's for trees we want gone, and then you'll see I'm putting an S on stand trees. But that's the way we started building this stuff, was like we picked a stand right where we want to hunt, what's going to give us good access and able to build the shape that we want, and then we work from there. So you can see there's another tree we're going to take out, and then we just kind of started working through the woods, laying it down as we go, kind of helping each other with the distances and what it looked like, painting the and laying ribbon so that the mulcher guy can see where we're going. Then here Bruce points out some deer poop. And right now we're just trying to connect to the next existing plot that we have in a manner that's gonna, be conducive to the deer, while giving us good hunting opportunities and, building something that the deer are actually going to use. So when we're done with this, we're hoping to have like a 6-foot wide rye trail with good side cover connecting all these plots together. And you'll see as we work down through the brush here and stuff, we're just painting trees and putting a ribbon that the mulcher can run over, because he's going to come in here and mulch these trails down for us. And like I said, about 6 foot wide, we'll be able to put enhancements on there to help the deer move throughout. And like I said, we're just taking our time. How's this going to connect? How's this going to look? How we want it to look. And here I'm going to go up and mark. We're going to cut through this down treetop that Dad had cut down, and leave it on either side so it gives structure for the deer. All again, like working our way up to this next plot so that, everything kind of connects in a circular motion. We leave the center for the deer. We'll work on enhancing bedding areas there and kind of trying to pull them out and give them side cover and let them be able to move about the landscape, feeling somewhat secure, and kind of influencing their movement and where we want them to go based on this plan. And here you can see I'm kind of, what side do we want to go on, this side or that side? So like I say, we're just picking our way down through. Does this look good? Is this going to work? What features are we working with? And right here, I went up ahead to get to the plot so that we could kind of work backwards, because we really weren't sure where that plot was coming in. And so I had the guy stay there and I walked up a little bit, and then we were able to kind of better lay down a trail that we thought might, work good for the features that we were working with here. You can see there's good side cover to our right, and then we can work on using those trees and dropping some trees over time and get some better side cover to the left as well. And then you can see this is going to start transitioning into what will be the food plot opening. So here Dad and I discuss, how we're thinking maybe the deer will come in and how we want them to come in relating to the stand.
Pop out right there.
Okay, right there.
Yep. Because we're gonna build this. We want to build this bigger too. We want to get out here some.
Push this back in.
Yeah.
So
push it back into them ones.
This will all be food plot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
And then so this would be our like entry point.
Yep. Bust right around that stump.
And head back that way.
Right.
To where we were, right?
Yeah. Yeah. That would be good.
So then once we have a game plan we figure is going to work, then we're backtracking ourselves, painting and marking, and connecting to where we left off back in the timber there. And this would be a nice little feature, and it took the time to kind of lay it out and talk about what we wanted to see here. Now here we're working on expanding the plot and then incorporating some existing features into the new bigger plot, and then we really wanted to keep on working on that going forward too. So any existing runways and existing deer trails, maybe licking branches and scrape areas, we wanted to see if we could build that in and keep that feature going and just enhance it for the hunting purposes. So you'll see Dad here, he's walking ahead pointing out a runway that has been good over the years, and a couple licking branches and scrape areas that were good over the years. And then so we're going to lay this plot out in such a manner that it'll be good for hunting as well as keeping that feature and just making it a little bit better, so that we're not reinventing the wheel altogether here. But so yeah, he points out some good features here that we're going to keep.
Okay, so yeah, let's lay out what you want over here.
We want to leave this open. They like that runway.
Yeah, so
they pop out here.
Okay.
So leave that runway, and then they'll come right through that. You'll have an opening. The rye will come up against that. This has been a yearly scrape right here.
Yep, that's good.
It hits that one. That scrape right there on that oak here. Clawed up a little bit.
Somewhere off over in there is the roadhouse stand.
Yep.
And then somewhere off over in here we'll have the Y stand.
Right.
So those would be good for straight east, easterlies, but we're getting this circle thing going.
Right.
And yeah, we won't send guys down in here hunting. We're trying to keep the deer in there so they come out.
Pop out.
You can see we connected that natural trail to the other features and then made our way back to the plot we were working in and continued to mark boundaries and trees to cut. And so we're going to connect to the next feature that we're going to build, which we're going to call it the Y plot. But you can see here I'm pushing the boundary out and marking so that we know where to work when we come back in a couple months to get this done. But so we head to the west here a little bit, down in what we're going to call the Y plot. It's kind of shaped like a Y. But as we got in there, it was a pretty extremely challenging area because the timber really thickened up, and it was good because there's natural runways running right to this area, and so that's why we wanted to enhance it. But you can see that the trees are a little thicker. We got a lot more to take out. So again, we started with a stand tree in an area that we could hunt from, and then where the connectors were going to come in, we had to deal with some bigger trees, and then how to transition in and out of it, how the deer were going to transition in and out of it. And then again, lastly, firstly, actually, how we're going to access it. So we're going to come off the road from this one. This will be an easterly wind plot. But like I said, started out, we wanted to do kind of a Y. And as we're getting in there, it's turning into a kidney.
Lazy kidney, yes. That's kidney.
Gone from a Y to a kidney. Perfect.
You better shoot this far. You guys with good eyes can shoot this far.
Well, I got glasses.
I can shoot with my glasses off.
Okay. Yeah.
See that? Then it'll be right down around there.
Yep. I like it.
We'll be able to reach it.
Because then you got the natural runs coming in and out too.
Yep.
You got natural run.
Coming right out of there, man. Right out of there.
After we got the kidney plot dialed in, we headed back to the southeast, back toward the roadhouse plot to finish up our circle that we were going to get plotted out for the day. So quite a bit of work done actually laying out these trails and plots. It took us a few minutes to get a rhythm going of who was going to ribbon and who was going to paint, and Trent was on the camera. So once we got that figured out, then we were able to lay down some pretty good stuff and get quite a bit done actually. We would have stayed out longer, but it was pretty darn cold. Day one, we marked out a 1/4 mile of trails, which is going to be 2/10 acres of rye, 0.78 acres of food plots, which is going to give us 0.98, almost an acre of food. So that's going to be pretty cool. Then tomorrow we had to do day 2, but right now we went back in. It was cocktail hour. After some cocktails and a venison steak dinner Friday night, it was time for day 2. Temperatures were really cold again. Had a couple more guys show up. First task of the day was to go over and plot out the 1 acre new food plot we're going to cut out of the timber. This is going to be our biggest challenge. So again, we laid out the stand site first, and then I went in and plotted out the where we got to clear timber. So here you can see we're looking down into it. We got to clear out all that brush, and we want to carve out about an acre. It's going to be a bit of a challenge, but we're going to have to bring in an excavator probably. We can do a little bit with a mulcher. You can knock down that brush right there, but it's kind of nice. It'll be a right side of that will be a higher ridge bedding we can enhance. And then in the bottom, it hopefully will collect that water a little bit. It's kind of a ridge and a valley down there. But like I said, we got some trees to take out. We got some work to do. I think we can get it done. But it's just going to be quite a big project, probably our biggest project ever up there. So looking forward to getting it done. Day 2 was much the same as day 1, just continued to work on getting trails done. Here we're working on getting up to Rogers plot on that green and yellow line, then down over to the swale plot, then connecting that back up to the Y plot, which is the kidney plot, and then jumping over across the road and doing some work over there. So let's see, we worked from, 10:30, 11 o'clock till about 3 o'clock again, and we were able to get it all plotted out. So by the end of the weekend here, we got everything marked, everything ready to go. So when we come back, let's see, in another couple months, we'll have this all dialed in, ready for the contractors, ready to get the chainsaws out and cut these trails in. That's going to be our year 1 goal, is to get these trails cut, get these new plots cut, and get these stand sites ready to go. And then everything else after that in year 1 would be a bonus. And then in year 2, up there in the more pinkish areas and what we're calling bedding zones, we'll work on getting better travel corridors. And then obviously we'll have to evaluate how well our plantings are working. And another feature that I don't have on here, but we are going to work on putting in as well, is about 40 licking branches throughout this trail system and food plot system. So all said and done, when we're done with this, we're going to put in 2.3 acres of food plots, 0.95, so almost 1 mile of trail, which will be planted with rye and maybe some clover if that works. So that's 0.68 acres. giving us about 3 acres of new and improved food. And around that, on this 40, we'll have 13 stand sites, and something that we hadn't had really in the past was east wind sets. So we'll have up to 5 east wind sets. So massive project for us, but I think we're kind of looking forward to it. Definitely think it'll improve the overall hunting experience, and it will give us a lot to do and give guys some direction and provide more opportunity to get up here and have some fun, do some work, drink some beers, have deer camp. Let's go get them.